I hate ranking players. Now that's a straight up lie. At some point before the off season, we have to rank players. We have to put them in their position and rank them amongst their peers. There are podcasts on podcasts on podcasts talking about the best player in each position. I'm kinda late, I'll be real, into the off season, but I'm gonna start right now. But look at me, I'm in a suit. Why am I in a suit? Don't worry why I'm in a suit. But today we're starting with the point guard, the lead guard of the team. Let's find out my top 5 point guards in the league. Pause the video. Why aren't you all subscribing? I swear, I'll fight you all one by one. Press that damn button. At number 5, I have Trae Young. See, first and foremost, I'm counting Shai and Kyrie as 2s. They both play 2 for their team, so we're counting them as 2s. Trae Young is the most disrespected player in the NBA, by far as well. The most disrespected player in the league. He might not be the most efficient, but he, as a total production package, is better than 98% of players. Do you know what I mean? Like, out of every single player in the league, he can produce a ridiculous amount. If we're talking total production as an offense, he might only be beaten by the elite of the elite of the elite. Last season, he still managed to average 26 points and 10 assists. That's crazy. The one thing with that is he might not be as efficient, but total production matters mostly. I think people need to take into account his first ever season with a proper co-star, you know, the chopping and changing of coaches, and people calling him a coach killer. Like, it's going to be tough for a player like Trae Young, especially as the point guard, to lead this team to glory. He lost in the first round against the Boston Celtics, went out with a fight, obviously, averaged 29 points in that series and lost the series 4-2. But let's see how it goes into his second season with his co-star DeJounte Murray, obviously Quinn Snyder as well as the head coach. We'll see what Trae Young can do. I love you, Trae. Get a haircut though. At number 4, I have Ja Morant. It's as if this whole list is basically people that have been disrespected. Take away the controversy, Ja Morant is absolutely amazing. He's electrifying. He leads his team like a true leader does when he's on the floor. And he just creates winning basketball. Guys forget, for the past 2 seasons, the Memphis Grizzlies have been the 2 seed. The 2 seed in a stacked West as well. In the first season, they lost to the eventual champions, so it was alright. Last season, they pretty much beat themselves. So I think you have to look at their team and say Ja Morant is leading them in a good direction. He averaged 26 points last year. I think he averaged 8 assists as well. Pretty good production for a guy who's shooting about 46% from the field. He's playing pretty well. And it's going to be interesting to see how the Memphis Grizzlies cope with his suspension. And obviously bringing in Marcus Smart, losing Dillon Brooks. You know, he's still got interchanging defense there. But it's been amazing to see Ja Morant play as good as he has played, even with the fact he's had injuries over the last season and he was suspended. So, you know, coming in and out of the lineup must have been tough. But he still managed to play amazing basketball and finish as a 2 seed. Let's see how it goes with Jarwick. At number 3, we have Damian Lillard. Dame Dollar called himself the best point guard in the NBA. No, you're not the best point guard in the NBA, but you're pretty close. You know, 3rd isn't bad. Not a great season for the Portland Trail Blazers last year, and he wants to leave. Obviously, Miami might not have the assets to have him, so he's in kind of a limbo. But let's not forget that Dame averaged 32 points last year. The 2nd best shooting point guard of all time, top 5 shooter of all time. I don't care if Reggie Miller has more 3-point shots. Damian Lillard is a better shooter, can shoot from a longer distance as well. Absolutely amazing player. I mean, what more is there to say? Like, where he's going to be next season is a question mark, but there's no questioning the ability of Damian Lillard. Also, by the way, did you know that Rayford is Trae Young's first name? Rayford Trae Young. Isn't that wild? At number 2, we have Luka Doncic from Ljubljana, Slovenia, and for the Dallas Mavericks. Not a great season for Luka last season in terms of team accolades, but that man is ridiculous. Fun fact, Luka Doncic, except from his rookie year, has been All-NBA first team every single year. I'm not saying just All-NBA. He's been All-NBA first team. That's the 5 best players in the league every single year, except his rookie year. Ain't that wild? Ain't that some wild shit? But we know what we get with Luka. You know, he's a walking triple-double. I guess we just have to see how the defense of the Dallas Mavericks evolves this year. I mean, I don't know. I can't remember who they acquired. They acquired Seth Curry. I remember that. Did they get JaVale McGee, or JaVale McGee go somewhere else? I think he went somewhere else. They got Derek Lively, obviously, in their draft. But whether their defense improves or not, we'll be watching, because it's Kyrie and Luka. We'll all be watching. And at number 1, we have Jordan Poole. When we talk about the greatest player of, I'm joking, is Stephen Curry. The very best, the greatest shooter of all time, the baby-faced assassin, Chef Curry, Splash Brother. What more can you say about Steph Curry? Shot 42% from 3 last year. I think he averaged just below 30 points per game last year. Basically carried his team last year. Absolutely amazing. It was tough for him because obviously the second unit wasn't great for the Warriors, so he had to keep coming in, can't play with the best players with him, playing with players that aren't as great. So it was a tough season for him, but he still managed to be phenomenal and still managed to go to the second round of the playoffs and eventually obviously lose to the Los Angeles Lakers. But Steph Curry, obviously, there's not much else to say. He's the best point guard in the league, and personally, I don't think he's even close. I know you got tricked by the thumbnail and the title, but come on, you know I'm not down. It's Steph Curry. It's Waddell Stephen Curry. Let's be honest now. You know, it's Steph Curry. I'm going to make a prediction. Steph Curry is going to average 50, 40, 90 this year. He's going to be 50, 40, 90 this year. And if he's not, you have to subscribe. And if he is, you have to subscribe. So I think that's a pretty good deal, to be honest. Let me know who you think is the top 5 point guards of all time. And let me know why you think Jordan Poole is number 1. Because obviously we all think that. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you, man, in a bit. Boom.